All right, let's check. Are we live on YouTube? Let's double check. Let's see. We are indeed live on YouTube. Wait, are we? Uh, yes, we are. Fantastic. Amazing. Incredible, even. Now, on to the final task. The final piece of the puzzle. The last piece of the pie. Oh. Uh-oh. There are various things that I'm noticing that are very wrong. For one, I think you can see the inside of this. And this one. But worry not, I've resolved the problem. You can also see the dark mesh floor. So we'll just get a nice mesh right there. Fill that in. I made a Linux server UE4 and I couldn't connect from Windows. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That sounds like a headache. That's the type of shit I don't want to deal with. I would much prefer not dealing with anything like that. Wait, what? Oh, how many decals did I place here? I didn't even realize. This thing goes a long way. I really wish I had a street generator. Just like a street generator or something. To generate all of this. Because this sucks. This really sucks. Yeah, don't you worry. We'll have this done before June 12th. I assure you. We'll be done. I think. I hope. Fingers crossed. That is the goal after all. And then I'm going to place another over here. I hope this doesn't cause any like light map issues. I'm sure it will. A little bit of Z fighting as well. Actually, I'm going to move it one unit down. So that the other mesh takes priority. Okay, so we got some nice, beautiful spaces here for some buildings. Very nice, very nice, very nice. I just realized this thing extends way too far. All right. Could be kind of cool to have one of these over here. Kind of breaks things up a little bit, make it a little asymmetrical. I like it. I like it. You know, Bane, is all going well? I think so. I think so. I think so. I think the game is progressing well. I hope. I believe it is. I don't know. Am I on trajectory to release before Star Citizen? Very good question. When is Star Citizen releasing? When is their projected release? Never? Well, sounds like it's a good deal for me then. Don't you worry, we will release not never. I don't want to work on a game as long as Star Citizen is, to be completely honest here. I know, I don't give off that vibe that I don't want to work on this forever, but I assure you, I don't want to work on this forever. Even though I don't necessarily give off that kind of vibe, but I do want to be done with this at some point. I'm just gonna move that shit into the ground. I would hope there's a collision box blocking the player from going there, right? Out of bounds box? Okay, well they can run through it, but they'll game over if they do. You are finishing? I am indeed finishing. I'm just making the game look a little nicer right now. In third person. Release more games than Star Citizen? That's not true. The developer of Star Citizen, or the lead, or whatever you want to call him, he has a pretty good, like, track record, doesn't he? Doesn't he have a pretty good track record? I think what we should do here is actually just take this and extend this one more, so then you can't see the skybox. Yeah, I use my brain, I know. Rarely do I, but in this instance, I do use my brain. Look at that, much better. Now, some lamp posts would go pretty hard here. Track record amount of games, quality, or sales? Well, games. He has a few games before Star Citizen that are good, right? I swear he does. I don't know if this is going to cause performance issues. These big, chunky meshes. It probably will not be very good, but we'll just have to see, I guess. I'm sure it's not very good to do something like this, but alas, fuck it. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Yeah, whatever. Do they have LODs? No. No, I don't think they do. Let's check the quad overdraw real quick. It's fine. I think it should be fine. Like, it could be better, but it's honestly not like horrible. What's weird is that the glass here is green, but this one is red. There we go. Why is it pitch black in here? Oh, that would explain it. The light map doesn't exist. Cinti asset, right? It didn't change a single fucking thing. Light map resolution 4. Oh, that's good. That's really good. I love Cinti assets. How was your appointment or whatever you were doing? Yesterday or on Saturday? Or on... where? Yeah, Friday I had a meeting, so that was probably it. If you're wondering about that, that's probably what that was. Saturday? I don't think I... oh yeah, Saturday I had my... I went to the dentist, and now I have what are essentially braces. So that's kind of cool. I think. Sort of. Besides the fact that I feel like I now have a weird sounding mouth. And I have to drink a lot more water. I see a movable light in here. Why? Do we need a movable light? I don't think we do. Are push-ups enabled? Pog? Don't you dare. So we got a bit of a problem. The lights here, they suck. I'm gonna be honest. They suck. They're pretty horrid. So we're just gonna set all of these on the left here to static. And we'll leave the ones on the right to stationary. Will also be static. And then apparently all of these lights are set to movable. I definitely have not looked at this level in a long time. This is awful. So let's go ahead. We can set these to static because there's a lot of overlapping. Set these to static real quick. Are there any other lights I should maybe look at? Hold on. I got to do 5 push-ups. Oh. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. All of these lights are also stationary. Are there any other lights I should maybe take a look at? The moon. The moon we could potentially set to static. We did it in the other level. We can do it in this one. Let's go ahead and we'll build lighting real quick so then we can kind of see. Oh, I've been doing preview. I got to build lighting in the other level. I've been doing preview builds. That's not great. Is saving enough points to potentially KO him from push-ups? Good thing you can't, because Everyone can only redeem it once per stream. Thank goodness for that. Otherwise, I'd be dead. Because I already did 5 push-ups and I'm already dead. I'm already close to dead. Put on the gameplay. Oh, what? It's already done. Take off the gameplay. All right. How are we looking? How are we feeling? Let's feel this out. Let's get a feel for this. Smart man, I was gonna hop on Twitch and activate it. 5 push-ups for 10K, but what about gym stream for 50K? No, I couldn't. I'm too embarrassed to like stream in a gym. I'd be way too embarrassed, to be honest. Surprisingly, this big mesh is actually... It's actually building, like, not bad. Like, it actually looks kind of nice from a distance. In fact, it kind of looks better than these piece of shit small things that are supposed to look good. Like, these floors look awful, man. We can definitely make some more improvements in this level. What is the key things, though, here? We just need ambient sound effects. Okay, so I think I'm going to skip that, and we'll call this kind of good. Big Mesh didn't want you to find out. Yeah, the Big Mesh actually looks not bad in terms of the light build. Like, look at that. That looks pretty good. So we spawn here. We could put some buildings behind there. I think that'll look kind of cool. That looks kind of shit. That also looks kind of shit. So let's do something here. I hate how these walls are double-sided. I absolutely hate that. I might go ahead and fix that, to be honest. I might fix that just because it just feels like so awful. We're also wasting a lot of light map resolution by doing this. So honestly, it might be worth it right now to just fucking line this up. Whatever, I'll look at that later. Alright. I'm gonna move this up. No one even sees the back of that, so honestly, we're fine. Yep, Xander. All assets up I look awful, I just turn up a fog. Turn lights to pitch dark, pitch black, and everything looks better. Dude, I feel that. I feel that. I do. I feel that. I really do. All of my games look like shit, so I just kind of, you know, just kind of hope nobody points out how shit it looks, and then they're okay. I just hope nobody points it out. Okay, cool. Good Bluetooth. Ronin release date when? Next year, brother. Next year. That's a joke. Don't actually. That's a joke. That was a joke. I'm learning assembly. I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah. I set up Linux on WSL, and holy shit, Windows feels so garbage. Here we go again. Why is this building all lit up? What the heck? Hey, was that Len? How's the game? I never saw this level. This is one of the older levels. We're just trying to make it third person. Make it look a little nicer in third person. We're gonna need a bunch of vehicles and stuff, but for now, honestly, I think it's fine. What I do want to look into is the light complexity. Not good. Not good. Oh, there's point lights here that are stationary. We do not need these. We can set these to static. See, Unreal Engine haters, devs are trying to optimize. Yep. I do some of that optimization. I might make this one static as well, honestly. This one can 100% be static. This is a stupid light. Just fucking delete that, man. Again, static. Static. Could probably make this one static, to be honest. I'm gonna make this light stationary, so then the player knows that it's a gameplay element. I'm gonna make that one static. Me potato, green good, red bad. Yes, 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 it's true. It's true. It is true. Uh-oh. Why does this plane have such a high light map density? There you go. That looks a little nicer. It's good enough. We could probably make a lot of edits, but it's in a good enough state. Let's take a look at shader complexity, which I think we already looked at, so honestly we're fine. Quad overdraw, I think, is also looking fine. It's nothing that like really sticks out. So probably should be okay. Rebuild the lighting. Smooth AF, if you optimize it, turn off everything auto runs at startup and turn off most drivers. I need to do a lot of stuff, but that being said, I didn't reinstall my Windows when I installed my new CPU, so chances are that's probably also part of the problem. So yeah. I'm starting stuff in your Discord. I saw the fake news that you're now starting to spread. The rumors that you are spreading. It's like a high school drama rumor. It's like you're yelling it out into the cafeteria during lunchtime. It's ridiculous. I'm an architect, and when I start using UE for architecture in 2018, everything was red in my projects. Okay, for architecture, it makes sense because you just want the highest light map resolution. In reality, you actually don't want blue. The optimal thing to go for, based on what I've been told, is actually green. Green is the value you actually want to aim for. Blue is actually too low of a light map resolution. Some of these are pretty low. A lot of little gameplay areas, we could probably increase the light map resolution quite a bit. But yeah. Here, Flick, how's it going? All right, I think this is good enough. I'm okay with this. It looks nice in third person. It looks pretty cool. It gives off the vibe of being in a city. Of course, we do need to add the randomization of the lights and stuff and whatnot. That'll definitely be I think a great thing to add in. It's making those lights randomized. I'm over optimizing? I'm not. I'm actually like, this is not even that optimized. This is definitely not that well optimized, I would argue. The game as a whole, I think, definitely has some stuff that we need to optimize still. I don't like the landscape flicking in and out, but that's because of the WPO that's attached to it, and I don't know how to fix that. Yeah, it looks pretty rough. Threat Interactive will catch you? We don't say that name around here. His name is John Nanite. A building right here would look very nice. We call him John Nanite around these parts. Game runs great on my computer. I'm getting my refresh rate, which is good. I think it's other things that are our biggest performance hits. It's actually not even the environment. It's more so, things like CPU usage, usually pertaining to our enemy AI. Enemy AI is probably our biggest performance hit. Busy with my UE5 course and seeing your teaser video pop up all over YouTube Shorts. Hey, hell yeah. That video is doing some numbers. I actually don't know how many numbers it's doing. It's doing some numbers, I think. It's got, let's see, how many views does it have? Well, the Reddit clip, should I make this public? Someone asked the question, why is this unlisted? But doesn't YouTube hate short videos now? Don't they generally only like to show off longer videos? Like, apparently uploading a short video that's not a short is like bad for your channel or some shit. But the Reddit one got 1,800, and then the short got 5,000 views. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty neat. Pretty cool. Dude, the Reddit post, I'm confused, man. Is this just because Redditors? Or is it because it's like kind of a promo thing, I guess? It only has like a 70% upvote rate. I don't get it. I know it's Reddit, but like, it's got a 70, well, I guess 75% now. But yeah, a lot of people are relating it to, a lot of people are relating that clip to send the link will make it higher. No, that's a Reddit rule. You guys know that, right? You can't post your shit to get it liked and stuff. You guys know that, right? You get banned for that. I don't want to get banned. Shh, they won't know. Janky rule. It is very much a janky rule, but I'm not gonna, I ain't gonna tell anybody to fucking upvote it or whatever. They have an algorithm for that to not push it into the pool even if subbed. Yeah, so honestly. Then, you know, it's really funny. That then raises the question. By uploading a trailer to my main channel, which is generally a 1 to 2 minute video, doesn't that actually kind of fuck my channel up? You know what I mean? Doesn't that kind of, in the YouTube algorithm, kind of fuck up my channel? You want it to be as close to 3 minutes as possible. But like, I'm not gonna make a trailer 3 minutes long. I wonder, are games, let's search this up. Let's search this up. Let's search this up. I want to search this up. Game trailer. 2 minutes 30. 3 minutes 49, 8 minutes 44. Hold on, I'm searching game trailer, not now you see me, now you don't. I searched up game trailer and this fucker's showing me now you see me, now you don't. Doom, 2 minutes. 8 minutes. Nearly 3 minutes. It's a fucking movie. God, this is, God, YouTube, you suck balls, man. God, you suck. This 2 minutes 19, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes 11, 3 minutes, 2 minutes 19. That's not even a game trailer. That one Star Wars game. Makes 60 seconds of gameplay and 120 seconds of main character watching paint dry. Do I just do like, do I do a stupid thing where I'm like, I don't know, I do the trailer for 60 seconds and then I like talk about the game for 2 minutes? Hey guys, Dev here. Hey, Aegon. Will it release in third person? It'll have both third person and top down in the 1.0 update. Do the Hollywood trailer thing and spoil the whole plot in the trailer? Ah, nice. You just mean like any movie trailer these days? You move with WASD? Yeah. You can obviously rebind it. You can rebind it. And kind of play in your own way. It's actually shown that 80% of videos are finished being watched at 35 to 40% of the video. Oh yeah, trust me, my retention rate is awful on my videos. It starts here. It's pretty bad. It's awful. I don't got any Mr. Beast level of retention, let me tell you. I don't got no Mr. Beast retention. So is the goldfish plot going to be a reality? We could make it a. We could make it a. We could make it a little bit of a. How could I fit it in the game as an Easter egg? You interact with the random toilet. This is where they flushed my goldfish. This is where they flushed him. Those bastards. I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna kill them all. Some shit like that. I don't know. Oh, wait, hold on. Put on the gameplay. We're building lighting. I'll play it and review it. Hey, thank you, Aegon. Appreciate it. Dead internet theory. You notice how much Google and YouTube searches got worse over the years? I think that's just Google getting worse over the years. Let's be honest. How has big tech gotten better over the years? No. I actually think they've gotten much worse. I think big tech has like just fucking diminished. They overhired up the wazoo, and now they got like idiots for fucking CEOs and C-suite idiots like that don't know what they're doing. They went from having tech be corporate to having fucking marketing specialists and business people who don't know what they're doing as corporate. When you do that, you end up with really shitty products. That's just what's happened. That's just what happens. How does licensing work for your project since you're using Unreal? When I released the game, or before releasing the game, I had to send them an email with the release form being like, hey, I'm releasing my game, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I don't think they're like, now don't take my word for this. This is not legal advice. I don't think they're too anal about you submitting your income reports. I could be wrong. I remember someone telling me in the past, and I'm pretty sure they were an Epic employee, that they don't really care until you reach 1 million and then you owe royalties, and then they kind of care. So I think for now I'm okay. Hopefully this game doesn't make $1 million. Are there going to be more levels in 1.0? Well, whatever we worked on for this 1.0 update, that'll be the new levels. But if you mean like after the 1.0 update, are there going to be more levels? Probably not. Probably not. We'll launch with what we got. We got all of these levels. I don't know how many of these levels are these? 7, 14, 19, 23, 27, 30. We got 35 levels. And then obviously the chapters are much longer levels, and then we got the shorter levels. How long have I been working on this game? Too long, man. Too long, dude. If Clean plays it on stream, it's possible. I don't know if like... Man, I'm really worried about some of these streamers playing the game because I just hope they like it. You know what I mean? I feel like it's very... It looks and kind of feels like an indie game. Like a very indie game. Like... Not like horrible, but it's not my... I feel like I could have done better with it, but, you know, I don't know. I'm worried. Because I remember when we released this game into early access, it was a piece of shit, I'll admit, looking back. And Soda Poppin' played it, and I was like, fuck me. Oh, no, Soda! Soda Poppin' played it, and yeah, looking back, it was a pretty... I think he enjoyed it, nonetheless, but... That's creator bias. You'll never like it. I enjoy testing the game from time to time. You are one person, so it's not a AAA game. I think the thing is, here's my opinion, right, on that. I don't think end user or players care about how big or how small the team was at the end of the day. What they care about is if the game is good, plays good, feels good. Whatever the details are after the fact, I think is just the cherry on top. in my opinion. I think that's kind of what it is. I think realistically, deep down, I don't think players truly really care about that stuff. Isn't the hype about Clara 33, oh my god, small team? Wrong. The hype is it's a good game. The cherry on top is that it's a smaller team. That the attachment of it being a small team was after the fact. So yeah. On the main menu, when you launch the game for the first time, do you have a pop-up ask if you want top-down or third person? I have to add that to my to-do list. I plan on doing that though. Yeah. I think at the end of the day, the hype really comes down to if the game is really good or not. Can you control F pop-up? Only this one. Yeah, that's about it. Precision mode would be nice. This might be, if I have extra time and I really want to fuck around with it, this could potentially be a... this could potentially be an after 1.0 thing if I have the time and energy to do that. We'll see. If the game gets really popular, I could see it being worthwhile, you know, on the side, working on a little tiny update as like a thank you, you know, and then kind of putting in the things that I wanted to put into the game. You know, things like sliding, maybe some physics-based stuff with enemies. Like enemies kind of falling on the ground and struggling to get back up. Things like disarming them. I know that was a thing that I really wanted to do at some point, and I think it was on my board and I cut it out at some point. Shit like that, I think, could be sick. And then a precision mode, which is like the main weapons. They're still powerful, but you have to aim at the head. And then also other secondary weapons can deal more damage on the head or other limbs. And then shooting at someone's foot, they'll be like, oh, my foot! You know what I mean? Things like that. Those are things I would fucking love to do. I'll probably do that for Ronin, if I end up working on Ronin. Or whatever my next game is going to be that has combat, because that's all I do. Love to interview after I finish the game, but most people don't want to talk to me for that reason, which I can appreciate. I don't really want to do any interviews at the moment. A lot of people have asked me. Maybe if I have the energy, I'm down, but at the moment I am extremely antisocial. I am extremely antisocial, but if you have any questions you want to ask, just fucking DM me or something. I'm down to like answer them there whenever I have the time. Don't know if you saw, but I gave some feedback on the Chop Shop level regarding one of the challenges. Avo, I think I saw it, right? Was it in feedback and bug reports? Yeah. 8 enemies by kicking doors way too difficult is extremely frustrating because of yeah, I have a task, I think, on my list. Somewhere. Hold on. Let me, I think I just saw it. Yeah, kicking doors goes in random directions. I want to make it so it's a lot more consistent. I think that will help a lot. That's something I've been kind of playtesting as well. And sometimes when you kick the door, it fucking flies up to the sunset for no reason, which is really annoying, especially considering that there are challenges for it. Yeah, so I'll look into that. Or I kick it open instead of off, and I can't get it shut again. Right. I think this is something we can also fix. Yeah, this challenge is a hard one because I think there are in that level there's only 8 doors, so you have to kill an enemy with each door. Yep, bit of a hard one, that's for sure. I could probably reduce it a little bit. What about secondary weapon exclusive executions for the future updates? We have, I think, 1 exclusive execution. I I don't know if I want to add more. I can't guarantee any because that's a lot of animation work, and I'm not an animator. So, yeah. Third person instantly caught my eye / attention. I think it'll sell better. That was the whole idea of third person, was to kind of just bring in a new perspective to the game, literally and figuratively, and allow people that typically wouldn't play top-down games to still be able to enjoy the game. Still be able to enjoy the game, but in third person. And I think all of that scope creep that I did in the past of adding details ended up paying off in the end because it just shows a lot better in third person. So I think it worked out in the end. Yeah, I don't plan on ever really using AI art for anything. I don't know, it just doesn't feel, it doesn't sit right with me using AI art. Unless I use it for like references and then I make my own things. I don't know, it just doesn't really fit well for me personally. That's just me. That's personal opinion. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Honestly, that's my take. What made you decide to make your own game? Is it not a titanic task? I don't know. For this game specifically, I think my mindset when I started this game is, or started leaning this game more into a John Wick-ish inspired direction, was that surprisingly we don't have many games that are like this. And at the time of working on Top Down, I felt like there wasn't too many top-down games within this kind of style. So that was kind of like the style that I wanted to go for. I don't know, I just like making games. It's a fun challenge. I've been doing this stuff for like 10 years now. 10 years now, I believe. Be cool to unlock a knife that you can use for melee. Technically, the player has a knife. It's just we don't use it for melee attacks at all. Have I ever worked for Epic? No, I have not. I have not. All right, what's the next level that we go work on? Club rooftops. So that's rooftop environment. Wait, did we already add rooftops to this fucking thing? For some reason, there are a bunch of rooftop pieces here. I don't know if that was added before. I don't know. Anyways, let's get some lights up in here too. Oh my god, and let's check downstairs there to see, make sure that there's no Oh, it was this building that didn't have any rooftops. Aha! Why, of course! Let's see here. Building. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what we like to see. Get a little bit of life up in here. So we had an issue with this building. As you can see it here, which kind of sucks. So we'll just extend that and then, I don't know, slap some solar panels and shit on it. Whatever. A little bit of Z fighting never hurt anybody. Yeah, I have not worked for Epic. Midnight Fight Express? Midnight Fight Express was a bit of an inspiration as well, because I thought it looked really good. And then, I personally, I played the demo, and the controls felt very weird. And I was like, huh. And, yeah. The controls definitely felt very off for me, personally. Whatever, close enough. It's better than a block-out material, right, guys? Let's select everything with Dev Black. You've got to be fucking kidding me. The floors are also double-sided? Ain't no way, man! Oh, I am gonna puke. I find your cavalier attitude to level design to be inspiring. Define cavalier, just because I don't know what you mean by that. Have I ever played Sifu? I have. Sifu's great. Very challenging, but fantastic. So I want to deselect these at the top. I want to deselect these at the... I'd like to deselect these at the top. Let's just... whatever. Whatever, man. What? There we go. Good enough. Oh, we'll just make a few solar panels here. Yeah, yeah. No, for real. Do you need any more? Do we really need any more? We don't. We don't. We don't. We really don't. You know? I go under the good enough premise. And when it's good enough, it's good enough. Yeah, see? Good enough. Yeah. You have golden. Kind of look like Curtis Yarvin. Who's Curtis Yarvin? Curtis Yarvin. American blogger. He's a far-right American... Uh-oh. Alright, guys. I'm shaving all my hair. Does my game run on Linux? It runs on Proton, I believe. Or whatever it's called. I noticed in Unreal a lot of less subs channels have goldmine better stuff than hyper popular channels. So this is just a thing that happens in all facets of... where's my select? This happens with all facets of the world. Generally, the more popular videos will be beginner videos. Always. Which sucks, because once you start going more advanced with things, you struggle more because the algorithm doesn't really push those videos as much. the YouTube algorithm will, at its best, try to push beginner videos because a lot of people get stuck on just the beginner video. Here, Ben. So yeah. When I first saw you playing this, I thought Agent 47 going in gun blazing. I think the beauty of this game is the cosmetics add a fun aspect to it where you can play with different cosmetics and then play with different weapons, and now you're playing as different action characters. Or the game is almost inspired by so many different aspects, and I think that's kind of interesting in its own way. You know, I never heard about this, but people are comparing the game to a mod, a Half-Life mod, called Specialists, and I didn't even know that mod existed. You know, people were comparing it to Double Action Boogaloo, which I did play that game a long time ago, and that shit was fun. Which is probably why a lot of people are asking me for a PvP competitive mode or PvP multiplayer PvP mode, is probably because of Specialist, that connection to that nostalgia. Yeah. You look like Curtis Yarvin after finishing the game. Fucking. Yeah. Just thought everyone knew who that was. I don't know a lot of people, man. You could name a celebrity and I wouldn't know them. I'm no Northern Lion. I don't remember everybody's name and what they look like and which movie they played in or whatever show. Like, I don't remember. I'm very ignorant in that respect. And honestly, I am totally okay with being ignorant. Okay, obviously I know Justin Bieber, okay? I'm Canadian. Unfortunately, I know who Justin Bieber is. I spend way too much time overthinking the practicality of my levels. If there was a poll here, what would it be used for? It's good to have a balance of thinking about what is the use case of something going to be used for, how is it going to impact the player's movement, etc., etc. It is good once in a while, but I think using it in every facet of what you're doing, at least for me, uses up a lot of time that I could be using on other better things. You know what I mean? So now, let's see if there's some fucking point lights in here. Oh. Oh. We got some lights in here. Some very unnecessary lights in here. Any more that I should know about? Yep. Yep, got a few in here. Yep, yep. Stationary, non-casting shadow lights. Fucking ridiculous. I will leave those there. Those are really big benches. Oh wait, no they're not. They're normal sized. Do I know who Drake is? Yeah, I know who Drake is. Guys, listen, I'm not that ignorant. I'm ignorant, but not that ignorant. Jeez. Looks like we're... There's a light right here for some reason. And it's causing this whole area to be red. Is it that? Oh, brother. This doesn't need to be fucking stationary. Okay. We're making some optimizations. Very good. This is another light that I missed. We got some rectangular lights in here too. That's fucking useless. Just make that static, man. This one, we might want to leave. Yeah, because the player runs through here. Anything else I should know about? Light source, probably make that static as well. Honestly. And yeah. Looks good. Let's rebuild the lighting. Anything else that I had in here? Missing rooftops? Yeah, we got that. Done. Easy. Easy. My close friends with Drake. Yeah, I live in Toronto. I'm close friends with Drake, obviously. Yeah, totally. Yeah. All Canadians are close friends with Drake. Especially if you're young. That's a bad joke. I'm sorry. Dude, I'm sorry. That's a really bad joke. I apologize. Sorry. Sorry. You're making game look so easy. Maybe I should take 6 weeks and make my own open world third person fantasy RPG. Hey, get in there and try it out. Try it out. Give it a try. You might not end up with a, third person fantasy open world RPG, but you might like it. What version of Unreal is this? This is 4.26. 4.26. How could you? Sorry. Have I played Max Payne? I actually have not played Max Payne yet. I know that's crazy because a lot of people compare my game to Max Payne, but I don't think I've actually booted it up yet. I think I have 3. I just haven't played it. I would like to try out 2. I hate to inform you, but it seems that you are Canadian. Yeah, I know. That's really unfortunate. At least I'm not American, though. Okay, like, all right? I gotta wipe my nose. Hold on. I have returned. Oh. I thought you were American the whole time? Me? I'm not American. I'm an American. Yo, Kill, how's it going? You might end up 10 years later, burnt out, no money, and questioning your life decisions? Ah, that ain't me. Don't you have American citizenship too? No. How are you from Toronto, but I don't have the accent? I'm not, like, in that part of Toronto. Also, I don't go outside, so that also doesn't help. How fucked would your game be if you hit the change version on the U project to 5.0 plus? Honestly, like with a week of work, it probably wouldn't be too bad. I just don't know what the side effects would be. I don't know what the side effects would be switching over to UE5 in terms of players. Like what kind of issues they might run across. I'm sure with time, I could probably make it work just fine, but there's no point to it. It's not worth it. I'm probably not going to utilize much of the features that are in UE5 anyways, because I'm just not going to be adding in more features to the game. Can you try to do the Toronto accent? I don't even know what it sounds like. It's just... I don't even remember what it sounds like. I just know there's a lot of slang. There's a lot of slang. You probably just do Suit for Hire 2 in UE5? I'm probably just not going to make a Suit for Hire 2. At that point, I'll just make a different game. Yeah, I don't know if it'd be like a massive impact. I think I'd have to probably edit some C++ code so that it matches. He doesn't know what a toque is, so he's only partially Canadian. I don't know what the fuck that is. A toque? A toque? A toque? A toque? What you talking about? What version would I go with my new game? I guess 5.6 or 5, I don't know, probably 5.5, 5.6, I suppose. Am I like elite C++? What do you mean by that? I don't really use too much C++ in this game. It's like a very small amount. First of all, it's tuque and it's French. D'accord. Français. Just prompt my next game. Make me an entire game with multiplayer, functional, high quality. Boob physics. And slight ass physics. Don't go too hard. Thank you. Make it quick. How would I rate my coding abilities? Intermediate, or I don't know, veteran if you don't like elite? I'd call my coding abilities unknown. Slightly better than beginner. Slightly worse than advanced. Slightly better than... Yeah, I think I said that right. Yeah, I know a couple things here and there. When will this game be released? 1.0 should be within the next couple weeks. Hopefully. What if Suit for Hire sells like a billion jabillion copies? I don't think it will. I don't think it will. 100 million copies sold beats GTA 6. I don't know. I'm looking at the visuals of this game, and it just doesn't feel like a Balatro level of success. Like, it just doesn't feel like it. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. I could maybe see like 10,000 copies sold after 1.0. You know what I mean? Like maybe see that. Maybe. I could see at the very least 1,000 copies sold. Yeah. I bet that's what the Balatro devs thought. Okay, yeah, but there's a difference because Balatro, it looks fucking banger, okay? I'm looking at my game, I'm like, this looks like a fucking dookie. Okay? It needs a co-op mode. I'm not making a co-op mode. At that point, I'd rather just work on a different game. Don't think this is wrong, but if this was more of a shit posty game, then it would have a better chance to reach only up levels of popularity. Yeah, maybe if I leaned in that direction. Maybe. Is it available for purchase on Steam? It's in early access. It is. You try and send codes to YouTubers too to get some attention. I'll try. I'll toss them a few plays. Here's some keys. Writes a fucking formal letter that's like, oh, I love your videos. I was a big fan of the Minecraft series. Hey, would you like to try my game? Like I'll try this shit and they'll be like, hey, it's $10,000. It's like, motherfucker, I don't got that kind of money. Like, what do you want me to do with? Hey, here's a fucking key if you're interested. Oh, hi there, representative of insert YouTube channel here. I just wanted to see if potentially insert YouTube channel here person would be interested in playing. I don't know. I fucking hate marketing. Marketing is such a it just makes me feel icky. It makes me feel slimy. But I understand it is a necessary evil. You need to add characters with skins like in Marvel Rivals, then it'll sell. Like thigh physics and stuff. Oh yeah. God, I hate it so much you're gonna shadow drop 1.0. Okay, no, I wouldn't go that fucking stupid, okay? Listen, I would at least have trailers and shit, you know what I mean? Like, not trying to fucking let the game die. Tu as un bon accent en français? Hey, thank you. Thank you. My French is gone, man. I visited Switzerland, I think like last year, which is my home country. And I felt like a tourist. I just did not feel like my place. Did not feel like my home. I felt like a tourist talking in French. At some point, I just ended up talking in English with people. Est-ce que fuck it? Can I have a coffee? French is a dying language anyway? No way. No, it's not. Is it? Isn't every language dying when you really think about the difference in population within the world? When you think about it, every language is dying. When you really think about it, English is no longer like the common, or I guess whatever the common language would be of the world. It really isn't when you think about it. You should spend 60 million on advertising. You got the money? I'll do it. You got the money? Time to learn Mandarin. Yeah, Mandarin. A little bit of Arabic, learn some, I don't know. Whatever other languages. Wait, what did I just see? Funny. We're surrounded by the English. The French don't even care either. Simulation was never avoided, only delayed. Yeah. When you think about it, that already happened to the Scandinavians, like, look at the Scandinavians. Most of them just learn English anyways. And I bet you that's probably like, I would imagine that's probably the continuation now in this current generation, is that most of people are probably just speaking English and they're not even speaking their homeland language. Here, Phoenix. That being said, who the hell would want to speak Danish anyways? Have you heard that fucking language? my father's Danish, so that's why I'm making the joke. Whenever I heard him speak Danish, I was like, this guy's not even saying any words. It's just like, I can't even tell what he's saying. What does he say? That's not words. Since AI is going to dominate the world, only computer languages will survive. I don't know if I'd go that far, but... How many extra work hours do you reckon it would take you to get this really polished? You'd be confident to have big streamers play it? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. A gajillion? I'd rather just move on to a different game at this point. Start off with a new foundation. Are these all stationary lights? What? Let's go ahead and let's make these all static. These do not need to be stationary. It's very, very unnecessary. I guess it won't really show too much on the helicopter, but that's okay. Look at XQC, our proudest French-Canadian celebrity, and how much the language is important to him. You speak it in his chat in your band. I think that's more of along the lines of his community is mostly English, and he doesn't want to have like people. I think it's best to have any language banned, I guess, or timed out. So then everybody can understand what's going on in English. I think that's more so the case. Because, you know, if you only ban, or if you only allow one or two languages, then I feel like other people might feel a certain way. Can we do a movie for Superfire? There's a couple of them already. It's called James Bond, John Wick, Extraction. You know, like any action movie. That's basically it. What would be the elevator pitch for my game? Really good question. I don't know. I don't think about that shit anymore. What would my elevator pitch? If I was in an elevator and I wanted to pitch my game to someone in the elevator really quick, because they, you know, we're on the 10th floor and we're about to get to the 12th floor, and that's where he's getting off. My pitch would be, hey, check out this cool shooter game that makes you feel like a action movie character. That's about it. That's all I got. That's it. I don't know. Here's a clip. Pulls out a tablet. Here's a 10-second clip. All right, anyways, goodbye. Is there a new James Bond film coming out? I don't know. Aren't they trying to find the next James Bond? So they can milk more out of the fucking franchise? How to get my assets / artwork? Some marketplace assets. Some of them I made myself. There is one in production? Oh, I didn't know. Is James Bond still male? I don't know. His name is James. I guess James could be anything, though. I suppose. You know, James. Jamie Bond. This one will be yours. I don't know if I ever want to mess around with the movie industry. I don't think I would ever do that. Did I make the gun kata animations? Not myself. I had an animator a while back that did a few animations. And then we did use quite a bit of marketplace assets as well for those. I know, that kind of removes some of the magic, you know. That's the downside of joining his stream. You kind of, some of the magic is lost. I don't make everything myself. I'm sorry. Yep, sound. Still waiting on the callback from my grass engineering application. Man, just keep applying. That's just one. Just that's on the docket. If you get an email back or a call back, you know, great. But just I'd say just keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Because they look similar to another game where you can play as John Wick. I don't know. Could be. Dude, anybody can technically use the same assets, right? So it's definitely not the most unique thing in the world. Man, these point lights could honestly probably just be static with cast shadows. I really don't think they're providing all that much value. This one here is static. This one can, it's fine. There you go. Build, and then let's move on to the next level because I feel like I'm wasting my time here. Need a ceiling and a fake door in the staircase. Make the white padded walls more fuzzy? Okay. Fuzz, huh? Some fuzz. Make them real fuzzy. Peace out, Aegon. Good luck with the launch. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, we'll see how well it goes. We'll see how well it goes. You know what we can do, actually, because we're in the city. We're missing one element of the city. Pretty important element of the city. A pretty important element of the city, of course. It's the element of it looking like a city. We're missing a little bit of, we're missing a little bit of that. So we got this tall building, ideally next to... This is actually incorrect. This is funny. They're both going to be very inconsistent with each other. Whatever. Where the... Oh, there they are. Uh-oh. Okay. All right, sure. How do we change the height of the fog again? Oh, I have to move the actual fog volume. Where is it? Where the... There it is. There we go. Wait, we can probably lower the density, honestly. Sick. And then at the distance, it just looks like buildings. Awesome. Will be another patch for the beta. For the beta branch, no. I think the one that's currently up is probably the final one, unless I need help catching more bugs. But I think generally, I think that's going to be the final one. It's a little bit claustrophobic. Like, there's a lot of buildings around, but you know, what can you do? Good enough. Cool. When are we launching? Within the next week or two? Which version of Unreal is this? This is 4.26. 4.26. We're doing a lot of post-processing. Yep, none of these are hitting the spot for me. Oh. I like this one. I'll take this one to go. Sure. That's all right. We are missing a lot of effects in here, but I think those get added in later on anyways. Global illumination is set to 1.7. Let's try 1. Okay, let's try rebuilding the lighting real quick. I'd be a baker, but those also pay $15 an hour. 4 hour a week would only cover rent. Life is fucking rough, man. Remember when the title of the stream was Game Dev does Game Dev on Game Dev? I remember those days. Those were the good days. That was like 2 weeks ago. That was like 3 or 4. That was a month ago. Whoa. The level got a lot darker. I can't tell if the global illumination is still trying to kick in. Also, these lights are not appearing in the global illumination. So I'm just going to set them to static, honestly. Stop telling me that. I know the mobility was changed. I think it got a lot darker here because there's probably a building just blocking the moon. I think there's a building just blocking the entire moon. Well, that's very helpful for us. Why is there a fucking light in the floor, man? Is this a joke? Oh yeah, there's totally... Which way is the moon coming in from? It's coming in from that way. Let's, what we could do... Just make the angle a little bit more intense. And, that... Oh! Let's just do that, but let's lower the value of this. All right, build. Yep. Is it me, or when you game dev, you get so much shit done that a week ago feels like months ago because of all the stuff you made since then? I don't know. I don't feel that at all. Many people in my Twitch chat would actually argue that that is the complete opposite for me. I get like nothing done. Okay, now the moonlight's too bright. It's too bright now. Oh wait, Mr. Get Nothing Done. When are you going to play through all the Max Payne games on stream? When did I say I would do that? When did I say I'd do that? Since when? Right now? What? Huh? I'm getting debated into saying things. You know, I'm starting to think I actually like the darker look of the rooftop now. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, okay. Hold on, hold on. That's not bad. That's not bad. We can work with this. We can work with this. This is workable. God, this looks like ass without all of the post-processing effects, which makes me wonder, how bad does this look with all of this turned off? I'm gonna add detail. I'm adding a detail. So the question, when am I going to play through Max Payne? I don't know. Would you guys want to see that? I don't know if you guys want to see that. Wouldn't you guys rather see me like work on the next game? The ancestor of Niagara? Yeah, it's Cascade. I want you to play Hitman? I've never played Hitman. Why is it so damn dark over here? What the fuck? What's going on? Is that the building? That's the building. Good up, Isho. Good luck with finishing the game. Hey, thank you. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Let's see. How does this look? How's this looking now? Honestly, it looks pretty fucking hot. It looks pretty hot. It's a bit dark. And our character doesn't have a shadow, which I'm pretty sure I gave him... I swear I gave my character a fake shadow. He should have a fake shadow. Like a fake circle shadow. Like a classic... shadow. Oh, we don't. From a skeletal mesh's shadow physics asset. Does this character customization just not have a shadow physics asset? Which is why we don't show it? Maybe that's why? I actually don't even know if this is the specific clothing piece that we're wearing right now. I don't think so. I think we're wearing the glossy one. See if we can get that. I think we are using this one. Oh, I see something. Let's try direct shadow. I swear it was supposed to have like a capsule shadow in here. I think 1 is nothing, and 0 is darkness. So let's set it to 0. I don't know, 0.02. Let's just set it to 0, man. I don't know what to tell you. Default 0.1. Set it to 0. Let's see what 0 looks like. It looks a little weird. It looks a little weird. I don't know why. It looks a tad bit weird. Do I have a really old build of the game? Yes. Technically, we do. And technically, everyone can play it. The original Game Jam version of the game was called Thin Wick. And I think to this day, you can still download the very, very original version of the game. And this is what it looked like. Can you see some similarities? It's still got Thinwick in the files? Yeah, I'm just too fucking lazy to change that shit. Yeah, 7 years ago. Yeah, I guess it kind of has, yeah, I should put the fucking decal under the player's feet. Let's see if it would look good. Let's see what it'll look like. The fake shadow. It feels like a classic. It feels like a classic game. Can you download and play that build? You can. You can. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's just straight up uploaded on IndieDB. I could be wrong. Yeah, it's just an IndieDB file. I don't know if it still works. Download at your discretion. At your discretion. But yeah, that was one of the Unreal game jams that we participated in. I'm looking forward to seeing your prototype ideas for the next game, unless you already know what the idea is. I'm not 100% certain what I want to do yet, to be honest. I'm not 100% certain what I want to do yet. Technically, we'd want that decal to appear on the floor at all times. But I guess it's better than nothing. It doesn't really scale with the character. I wonder if anybody would look at that weird. Did you see the God Save Birmingham trailer? I noticed a clip for it. I didn't look at it myself, though. I just saw the thumbnail. Does that look kind of goofy? I'm sure it looks a little goofy, but... maybe I should make it more subtle? God Save Birmingham. Let's see. Oh, wait. Maybe I did see this. Yeah, I think I did see this. And I thought it looked kind of like Dookie. Looks kind of weird because other objects cast sharp shadows. It's definitely a bit of a weird thing. Nice internet. I don't know what's wrong with my computer with Google now. It like takes a while for the videos to load. It's not even my internet. My internet's fast as AF. Where's music? Oh, it's a demo anybody can play. It uses it's either using ALS. I just noticed the animations. It's either using ALS or it's using that RPG kit that's on fucking on a person's Patreon. This was what the medieval ages were like back then. You'd walk out and then you'd see a dead dude on the street and then you'd stab him right in the face. Brother, it's not even fake gameplay. It's not even trying. He's covering up the door, but he's not even covering up. This looks worse than your game? Hey, what the hell, man? That's both a compliment and an insult. I don't know how to feel about it. Oh, God. Okay, to be fair, this is IGN, and I think IGN is literally playing it themselves. It seems like you might be able to play the demo on Steam. Everything has a loading bar. It's very Project Zomboid pilled. Why is picking up stuff the core gameplay? You ever played Tarkov before? What is this? This is God Save Birmingham. Apparently. No demo on Steam yet. So it's just the demo on IGN. God, I can see the ALS animation. It's either ALS or something else. I recognize it. Okay, I kind of like that. Alright, hold on. They're kind of cooking. The zombie fell over the fucking crate. That was kind of funny. Look at this. Look at this fucker on the left, on the right. Okay. Alright, they're cooking. They're kind of cooking. They're kind of cooking. I like shit like that. They be cooking a little bit. Walks away. Anyways, I got this lantern on a stick with a fucking like. Dude, what? Why is it? I kind of dig the physics stuff. I kind of dig the physics. The physics stuff. I kind of dig it. It feels very much like I think they're trying to go for like Project Zomboid, but medieval ages and also in third person. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting. See, this is kind of stuff I would like to do for my zombie game. Is like boarding up or covering up doors, and that kind of like slows down zombies and whatever. Kind of Half-Life-esque. Take some Half-Life design fundamentals and kind of try to bring that into my own game. I think that would be kind of cool. You have a zombie game? I would like to make one, because I had a lot of fun working on that one parody that we did. This would be more fun. It was a hack and slash, I think. I honestly think this demo would be a lot better if the audio wasn't so boring and shit. They could sell the atmosphere so much more with better audio. Right now, though, you're in a building and you still hear the same fucking bird sound throughout the entire demo, and it just becomes an ear sore at that point. You know what I mean? I also don't think this demo gives it any, like, the dragging stuff around. I feel like there needs to be a lot more intent behind the dragging stuff around. It just kind of looks a little goofy right now, just dragging things to block a door. I feel like there needs to be a lot more weight to it or something. Oh, sorry, I skipped over some combat. Yep, that was the combat. Never mind. I didn't skip over combat. Who the hell recorded this? See, getting grabbed from behind looks more like just annoying. It's going for the legs. Yeah, you got him. God, this looks like my zombie game, just in medieval ages. No, not my zombie game. Sorry, my zombie parody, which is not even a game. This is place 164 on wish lists. Gaming is cooked. Gaming is cooked. I've seen Mover 2.0 supposed to have better physics interaction with characters, so it should be doable. I don't think this is using Mover 2.0. The setting makes it unique. I think that's the thing that makes it the most unique. Pop his head off. Oh, popped his arm off. Popped his head off. It literally feels like my game, but in medieval... Look, watch. Look at this shit. Let me pull up my parody video. Okay. Let me pull up my parody video. Okay. And let's go right where the zombie combat is. Okay, watch this. Now, albeit there's a lot of bugs and it looks like shit, but... Now, of course, they're doing a lot more physics stuff, which I actually dig. I think that's sick. That's something I would definitely like to do. Like, enemies tripping over fucking tables and shit like that, and they're trying to get after you, you know what I mean? I think that is a very cool element. You know? And then we got some melee combat over here. Which looks like shit. I could probably do way better with a lot more time. And I probably will do a lot better. What's crazy to me is that the day before it was called out for being a scam, and then when they started marketing near the game, everyone forgot that it was a scam and bought the game. So I'm on the opposite side of that argument. I know it was a scam, and they did a horrible job marketing what their game actually was. I think if they did a better job of actually showing off what it was, and that it was just an extraction zombie game, I think if they just leaned into it, and just kept at it, rather than being a grift, I actually think they could have had a pretty strong game. I just don't think they had the skills or the personnel to push it when it came from a programming standpoint. They clearly just did not have it. Also, their leads were supposedly pieces of shit. So that also doesn't help. I think they had some really good artists, because you can see some of the art on ArtStation. They had very good artists. They just had bad directors. I actually think the day before could have been something very strong, even within their switch up on the genre, it being extraction and whatnot. I actually think they probably could have had something promising. It's just they didn't have the tech behind it or anything. What would make my zombie game different, like in general? I think the thing that I would try to aim for is more combat-based stuff and just more terrifying zombies. Like if you crawl into a vent, the zombie isn't just gonna stop there and be like, yep, time to leave. Like, I want to make them fucking crouch down and start crawling into the vent, for example, right? Stuff like that. Add unique zombies. I probably want to lean Half-Life-y as well and have head crabs. That would be kind of interesting. I know that's not like traditional zombie, but I actually think that just makes it more fun and just adds different dynamics to the enemies that, in my opinion, I think just slow crawlers like Walking Dead, in my opinion, is kind of just fucking boring, in my opinion. Especially considering that I don't want to do huge hordes, because that's going to be a lot more challenging to balance from a tech standpoint. I don't think I have those skills. I think what I can instead focus on is different types of enemies that produce different types of moments and whatnot. And then I think I would focus a lot on combat and making looting feel fun, and just looting feel fun-ish. Like, I don't know how to make looting feel fun. That's going to be an interesting thing to figure out, but make it feel satisfying. And then on top of that, you know, make it so the idea would be that you'd have two different scenarios. You'd have the extraction, or you actually going in and looting things and going into combat and whatnot, and then you have your own little instance, which is your like home base. And I would love to do something kind of like style of Terraria, where you're like gathering different survivors that have different professions that provide you different things. You know, something like that could be really cool. And then of course go into a co-op realm and whatnot. I think that could be interesting. We'll see. But I think what I'd like to do first is do like a zombie roguelite. So it's just you going through areas and you're like clearing areas, very similar to the roguelite in The Last of Us. So then that way I can nail down the combat and the looting and all those elements, and that should hopefully be able to build a good foundation for the large survival game thing that I'd love to make. But we'll see. Yeah. This trailer feels a lot like this fucking thing. I don't know why I'm getting those vibes, because this felt very empty. This is giving me those vibes too. It just feels good. It just feels like it's like, no, don't get me wrong. The visuals of my parody are not very good. The visuals of this look pretty solid, but I'm sure if I looked up a bunch of like, man, they're really playing that part a lot. I wonder now, if a zombie falls on the ground, is he gonna like, are they gonna like latch onto his leg? Now that's the real question. Are they gonna latch into his leg? Like, oh, fucking grab his leg and shit. Because that's stuff I would like to do, is like zombies crawl, like, you know, grabbing your leg and shit. I think that would be kind of cool. You can stomp them and shit apparently. Look cool in the trailer. Cool. Honestly, just the scene with the vent, if polished, would push you into the top 500 wish list if this other game hit at the top 200. Watching this makes me hope that Blight Survival... Okay, Blight Survival looks like a proper zombie medieval age thing. That shit looks epic. It looks great. Blight Survival looks badass. Yep, it's a zombie, alright. That's a zombie, alright. He's stuck in a pole. They showed that in the demo? I don't know if IGN was given a demo. Here it is. Players can watch the full PAX East 2025 gameplay demo that attendees got to play firsthand as players embody the lone survivor in a city overrun by the dead. God, it looks so empty. You could play clumsy tuba music over the gameplay and it would fit perfectly. This is probably gonna be some AI generated bullshit that I'm about to fucking turn on. So it fits. It actually does kind of fit. That was good. That was really good. You know what this reminds me of? This low-key just looks like a more visually impressive Day Before trailer. It's just running around. Oh, look, we got a fucking hunger bar at the top. God, it feels so, unenticing. I think this is one of those instances. I think this is one of those instances where showing the game too early actually is detrimental to the game, in my opinion. But I guess at the same time, if that were true, then it wouldn't be in the top 200 wish lists, right? But to be fair, the Day Before was #1 wish list or top 5 for the longest time. So it makes me wonder. Steam's wish lists are fucking bullshit. Check this one out. Let's see. Maybe this is better. Maybe this is a better trailer. Maybe this is a better trailer. It was 2 weeks ago. I'm sure gamers are let me play now. Trust me, I've already experienced that. A lot of people wanted to play the fucking parody that I made. And I showed that it broke. And then they still commented in that video. Albeit probably sarcastically, but... I mean, IGN putting raw gameplay that bad is surprising, not gonna lie. Are you kidding me? IGN's been doing that for years. That's on brand for those fuckers.
God have mercy.
This definitely feels way more scripted.
Pray hold something of use.
It feels so much more scripted. I bet you... Where did that rat go? Where do you guys think that rat went? It went in the wall. Doesn't matter if it's scripted. Most of the scenes in Resident Evil 4 are too. I don't know. If we look between this and what we just saw, which was, I'm pretty sure, more recent, I think, dude, in my opinion, as an indie dev, I would not want to set a bar like this. Personally. You know what I mean? I feel like when you do shit like this, you set a bar, and now you got to aim for that bar, or else you're fucked. You know what I mean? Once you go into release. So this is great and all. You can get all of those wish lists, but are they actually going to like translate into sales? And is your brand and your reputation as a developer, what's going to happen after that? You know what I mean? Like, you have such a huge bar to aim for. Steam wishlists deteriorate over time now, so if you wishlist a game like a year before the game comes out, it's worth less than someone who wishlists a month before launch. The idea is that the concept with that, the deteriorating wishlist, is that people just lose interest in a game, right? So that's the concept, is that they forget about the game entirely, and then when the game comes out, they just don't give a shit. Either that or another game takes their interest that might compete with the genre of the game that's there, right? That's the concept of that. Not necessarily that it deteriorates, it's just that people lose interest. I don't know. Hold on a fucking second. That was just a straight up animation sequence. That entire thing looked like the whole animation sequence. That entire segment was just an animation sequence. This is what I mean. When you start doing things like this, you set such a precedent with your game. Yeah, that was one whole animation sequence. I think this is all still one whole animation sequence. I think maybe here they switch it up. Maybe not. Oh, he squished his head.
Damn thing.
Dude, that entire thing I think was just a sequencer. Reason why I said the day before was a game is because they marketed the game using fake gameplay and marketed features that weren't even in the game. Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely think it was a scam. I think their marketing was awful. But I do think their final game, they probably could have gone and actually put it in a direction of, you know, making it good. Bunch of gamers about to get scammed. At this point, man, it's their own fucking fault.
All this for a few.
It's their own fucking fault. Hold on, I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. I do want to watch this. Give me a second. So my lips were going dry. That was technically in the demo that they showed off. This is another Walking Dead game. I don't know if I'd call it a Walking Dead game. See, that's real. See, that's real. Because it's janky as shit. None of the zombies even reacted to it. Deadly physics. By the way, that was at the very beginning. Deadly physics. With deadly physics. I feel like if you're going to script a trailer, at least just, you know, you might as well just script everything. Like, modern games need more physics? No, I think the intention of what they were trying to do with the physics stuff, I think is great. And I think more of that is great. And that's something I'd like to do more of, is like physics stuff. I think that's fun. The trailer does seem suspiciously scripted compared to the raw gameplay. We did not see any of this beginning section at all. Any even like, we saw some stuff, but it felt more janky and shit than what we saw here. It is definitely a... Yeah. I think if I wanted to play a medieval zombie game, I'd just play Blight. I'd just play that instead. Blight looks fucking great, man. If it even comes out at some point. If it even comes out. Didn't a new trailer for it come out like semi-recently? Oh, a month ago. Yeah, it was a month ago. This 47-second clip, in my opinion, is way cooler, in my opinion. The character's got some fucking... He's got style to him. You know? I guess you're not playing as, like, essentially a peasant. You're playing more as a knight. But in my opinion, I feel like that's just way more interesting. Wait, hold on. Let me find the other trailer, because I'm pretty sure that actually has combat. But the thing is, I don't know if it's actually a game... Like, again, we're getting to the realm... I would prefer playing this game because it's cooler. Now, is it more real of a trailer? You know, that's up for debate. I think even if it's not real, the premise is a lot cooler. And like the finishers and everything are just way cooler. I got a fucking what's the fucking thing called? I was about to say a hoe, but it's not a hoe. It's a I got a thing with the spear. No, it's not a spear. It's a Is a peasant when it comes to hay, the hay thing. A scythe. No. A fork? A pitchfork. That's what it is. Pitchfork. A pitchfork is kind of like whatever. Even Diablo zombies don't use weapons. Skeletons, yes, but not zombies. Are there... do the zombies in this game use weapons? The zombies also seem way more dangerous here. Yeah, they do. Definitely. Honestly, in my opinion, if a zombie uses a weapon, I think it just depends on how they use it. But how I always look at zombies is first zombie swung an axe at you. I feel like it's all right. Like, how I would think of zombies is that they're just animalistic hunters that lose all sense of humanity. Right? That's how I would kind of think about it. They just become extremely flesh hungry. Their body deteriorates from the inside. Yeah, rabies. If a zombie uses a weapon, then why not a zombie with an AK-47? Maybe an AK-47 requires a bit more brain. You know, an axe might be a little bit more like, yeah, just fucking... I don't know. I think it depends. I think it depends within reason, right? Yeah, I thought this trailer just looked a lot cooler. But it definitely could be 100% without a doubt scripted. But even then, even if it is scripted, the other one is definitely scripted. In terms of scripted trailers, do I find this one more interesting? Hell yeah. A lot more interesting. Without a doubt. There was another game that had zombies that had weapons. I don't remember what it was called. Didn't Resident Evil have some zombies with weapons? Was it Resident Evil? No, there was a game that had zombies. Garden Warfare. I don't know what that is. Am I going to script the trailer for Super Hire? I'm just going to play a bunch of gameplay, and then if I find a shot that looks cool, I'll just keep trying to perfect it. And then I guess you could say it is kind of scripted. All trailers are in some way kind of scripted. Otherwise, it just looks like a montage, which trailers do are kind of montages in some sense. More of a Dark Souls theme. It's definitely more... the Birmingham game definitely has more of like a medieval ages kind of sense, where that one's more dark medieval fantasy, I guess. Dark medieval fantasy, I guess, would be the vibe. I don't like how the gradient gets darker, but it makes sense because of how the decal is structured. So how can I change that? I can't. You don't have much control when it comes to decals, unfortunately. Okay, let's just do this. We're going to extend this really far, bring it down, just so it's like subtle, and then hopefully when we go up in the air, it's not as bad. It's pretty bad. I can't even control that. I don't even think I can control that in the material. So what I have to do is... I might have to, like, on tick, move this thing around. If you have time and money, you make a Blizzard cinematic. I don't think I would ever make a cinematic for any of my games. I feel like they're just not worth it. Especially for an indie dev like myself. I don't think a cinematic is ever useful, a useful use of my time. If that zombie swings with some actors, that means there's more types. I can see that. I think having different kinds of zombies, I think, is cool. At least for me. I don't find all that much interest in a game that just has slow zombies like Walking Dead. Personally, I know some people are interested in something like that, where they have like huge hordes of zombies. I don't really care about huge hordes of zombies. I care about groups of zombies, obviously, but I actually find more interest in different types of zombies that are not, you know, traditional zombies. Things like head crabs, which you could say are not zombies; they're more like monsters. I find more interest in that. I think. I think I'd find more interest in that. Okay, I don't know if I want to keep the floor decal. I don't know if I want to keep the floor decal. Part of me is wondering if I should keep the floor decal or not. What the? I haven't had that bug in a while. I don't even know how it happens. Massive game, the trailers are definitely worth it. Well, I mean, not cinematic trailers, but more so just gameplay trailers. I think gameplay trailers, for me personally, I just have way more value with that. Obviously, you know, if you have a lot of budget and you have a lot of money, you could just get someone to make a cinematic while you work on the game. But I don't know. For me personally, as a gamer, as a game dev, I just don't care much for cinematic trailers because I'm more of a gameplay person. I would rather see what the gameplay looks like. I find more interest in that personally. Yeah. So yeah, but I get the use of a cinematic trailer. Don't get me wrong. Okay, I think this level looks good. We can go back. We can go to Club A now, which is Club Intro. They sure did build up hype, right? Yeah, they definitely. The thing with the World of Warcraft and the Warcraft series is I think they were more so focused on building a world, and I think it definitely does build a good connection for players, right? Don't get me wrong. It's just, for me, I don't know, I just don't really... I don't care for that. I think as a dev, I have limited time and budget and whatnot, right? So I think I can better spend that time and money on making the game look better and feel better. Like, I've made a teaser trailer once that was kind of a cinematic. It looked like ass, but it was kind of a cinematic, and I honestly thought it was just a huge fucking waste of time. It was a bit of a waste of time, I will admit. Does this have a, I think this does have a... Oh, it doesn't have a custom death paths. Okay, that's fine. Cool. When the 1.0 comes out, will progress from the beta carry over to the 1.0, like with cosmetics weapons? I think so. I'm pretty sure because I've seen people use the beta and they have the same save file as the vanilla branch, so I think it should carry over. I think it should carry over. Because you can't make a trailer with WoW gameplay. Ouch. Ouch. Youch! How do I make this fuzzy? I need a different kind of noise. Okay, we could maybe make do with that. Just put hair on it? Is that all it takes? I think I might want to flatten this a little bit. I don't know if I can make this look fuzzy. With at least with just a normal map, I don't think it's going to be enough. It's going to be way too much work to get this to work. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to cost too much just to put it on. Like, it's a cool little normal detail that you can see in third person. Albeit you see more of the mesh fuckery going on in here. Which I swear I thought we had the normals for. But, yeah, there's a little bit of detail, I guess. Also, Vampire Survivors cover art has pretty a little in common with the game. I think a cover is okay. You know, a cover is okay. I'm just saying personally, right? I just wouldn't be able to make trailers like that just because I just don't know if there's much value for me as a dev to have stuff like that. The amount it would cost to make a cinematic trailer doesn't look like shit. I would basically be competing with all the other cinematic trailers, even though I'm indie. At that point, it's like, okay, well, is it a good use of my money and time to invest into that? I don't know. All right, cool. For some reason, we have to build lighting in here, so let's do that. And then we also need to build, let me just copy this. I also do that for the rooftop. So let's do build lighting, medium quality. It's going to be difficult to make it like actually fuzzy, but you know, whatever. Put up the gameplay. Most art directors say don't mix styles. Like if you have PBR materials, don't put toon shaders in or make it anime style because mixing and making it looks weird. I kind of did that with my game. I think arguably it's not really the PBR materials. I think it's more so other elements. Like the lighting in some levels look like shit. There's also a very big lack of normals in some spots. Like this is just two cylinders combined together, you know what I mean? So some of our levels look really, really good. And they work pretty well with like the edge shader and everything. Which I don't know if I have that enabled in this level for some reason. But yeah. Game is pixel art, but menu art is just regular 2D drawing. Is there detail 3D? Oh. At that point, you might as well just, in my opinion, the thing is, I guess some people say, oh, well, I just don't like pixel art enough. It's like, well, I don't know, just... Yeah. Is dual wield an actual feature? It is. It's a part of the Deagle Ultimate. The Deagle Ultimate is you pulling out a second Deagle. Like here, I can just show it live. Let's just do it live! Yeah. I don't think proceeding is actually going to work. Because we're not in the actual levels. But yeah, it works. If you have a shot like Arcane, you mean don't put a metahuman in it with skin pour. Oh, right. Okay, yeah, that would be ridiculous. That would definitely be ridiculous. Honestly, the art style of Arcane looks... It beats... In my opinion, it beats realistic art style or hyperrealism or whatever any day. In my opinion. I think that shit got so much fucking style. If you were able to make a game with an art style like that and successfully do it, I think it would look fucking sweet. You know, like, would Dishonored be a good, it kind of goes in that kind of, not really, but Dishonored I think is also a really good example of like, it's not realistic art style, but it like does things in a very interesting, juicy way. Like it's actually interesting to look at. I don't know. I think realism's okay. You know, going for a realistic-ish art style, whatever realistic art style even means. Haven't unlocked the deagle yet. I don't remember which level unlocks the deagle. But yeah. Was that the points counter on the right side? Yeah, there's points on the right side. I can't look at it now because all the enemies are dead and I forgot to reload the checkpoint, but yeah. No Rest for the Wicked? No Rest for the Wicked looks great. I was looking at some of the devs' tweets. The dev has, the lead dev or whatever has no fucking filter. He does not give a shit. Does not care. I don't think Arcane uses normal maps. As far as I looked at character art on ArtStation, they just modeled most details out. I think that's cool. Is it the last one? Tokyo? Or, I forget which one the last one is. Sahara? No, Sydney? He did 2 back-to-back interviews, smoking a pipe, dropping F-bombs. It was great. I think the dive animation's a bit fucked. Something's not right with it. Something changed with the diving animation. I don't know. It's not playing the starting animation. Yeah, it's snappy, but not in a good way. There's something wrong with it. We used to have like a start animation that would play. Yeah, something is it's not blending in properly. Interesting. Yeah, it's not playing the animation. What it's supposed to be doing is before the dive. Maybe it's when we added the sidestep we broke it. I don't know. But we've had that for a while, so it's supposed to play the roll animation first, which kind of goes into like a it kind of leans into the dive animation. It's supposed to blend between the two. But for some reason it's not doing that. And it kind of just diving instantly. Interesting. Weird. All right, Club B. The navigation is not built. Oops. Oops. That's not good. I think one of the bugs here was just that the fucking floor was missing. Is that it? I will say the concrete tileable being put on the entire plane of the ceiling is not exactly the best thing in the world. Because we just have one big stretchy ceiling. It would be better if points number go up in short time after the shot. The constant rate of earning points, even if you don't shoot, feels a bit undeserved. You don't shoot, feels a bit. Oh, the thing is yeah, I do need to speed that up because the thing is when you get points, it just gives you that points and then it blends up, but it takes a while for it to blend up. So it's not really you gaining that score over time. It's you actually gaining the score. Like it's just the animation of it playing that I think I need to speed up a lot. Tallow? Any dev Easter eggs? We probably have a couple that I just forgot about, to be honest. Probably just forgot about them. But I'm sure we got a couple. This is default UE4 music in here? Oh, it's not default UE4 music, but I think I know what you're talking about. Was it in this level or the other one? Muffled club music. All right, let me cut that fucker out. Yeah, this thing is definitely doesn't look great on the ceiling. Tell us the guy's making the music? Yeah, that is the music creator. Guys, level. Is it because we don't have papers on the ground? Oh my god, that's it! There's no papers on the ground. We're missing papers. That's the detail that's missing this entire time. Papers scattered across the ground. I need to get more floor details rather than just papers. Although we're kind of just in too deep now. This is kind of part of the art style, having these fucking papers, man. These papers are kind of part of the art style now. That's what keeps all of this together. Like glue. I think someone said that they can jump down and fall through the level. I think there used to be a box here and then I deleted it because you could accidentally fall through the world or fall through there. Speaking of music too, there seems to be a bug sometimes where the music just stops playing in a level. You would probably have to tell me which level that is, Avo, because that might just be a specific level doing that. I think it's just missing a lot of props in general. Just in general, we have a big lack of props around here. Collect the 7 pages. You end up in a forest. Huh? All of a sudden, we turn it into Slender Man. That would be a funny Easter egg in the park. You find a page, and that's the Easter egg. There's just a page, and you collect the page. Oh god, collecting pages reminds me of Ashenvale and WoW. I played WoW once, but I don't recognize any of the references. I don't think it was one specific level, and I remember it being a thing on your stream back a couple days ago when you went through Toronto looking for fixes. Interesting. The music not looping? That might be a Tallow thing, if the music isn't looping. I can take a look in Fmod? Alright, yeah. Just see if there's any of them that are maybe not looping or something. What time is it? Okay, I gotta go in like 30 minutes. I might hop out here, But luckily, this is the last level. Oh yeah, the vertical lights are very bright. So that was another thing I wanted to fix. These fuckers are bright as shit, man. They are bright as hell. That helps a little bit. You know what? Maybe them being so bright is like, well, I gotta shoot these fucking things because they're blinding me. Which you can shoot these. You can break and shoot these. So that's the incentive. You gotta break all the lights. Because it's blinding. Okay, that looks fine. What do you think about treasure hunts in games? Like, for instance, the 24 gems in Skyrim or the cards in Witcher 3? I think it's a cool, fun thing for people that are interested in that type of thing. You know, to go into. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody wants to go into that and start exploring the world and seeing if they can find all of the things, then, you know, I see no problem with it, personally. Oh. What the? Yo, nice trick. Guys, still so bright. Oh, we still got some blockout materials here. Like, technically we have an achievement that's finding all of the secrets, so I guess you could say that's like a collect thing. But honestly, the secrets aren't like, you know, you can find it. You know what I mean? When replaying levels, you just got to go to the spots that are kind of unpopular, I guess. On the sides or something like that. Okay. Cool. I have to remind myself to bake. Not do that. To bake the lighting. I think we have the ceilings in... Oh, wait. Do we? Yep, we got the ceilings in. Vertical lights are not so bright anymore, but they probably we could probably make them a little less bright. Let me check if the bloom is fucking crazy here. There you go, that's a little better. All right. All right, we're looking good. I'm gonna hop out. Thanks for dropping by. Good progress today. We've essentially finished all the levels. This last one is more of making the final boss feel a bit better and not as difficult, because it is quite challenging. So, yeah. See you tomorrow if you're on? I should be on tomorrow. We are definitely getting ever closer to release. I have to, I think later today what I gotta do is, I gotta work on localization, work on the spreadsheet so I can send that to the companies. Gotta do that, because that needs to get done ASAP. All right. Other than that, though, thanks for dropping by. Thanks for sticking around and chatting with me. Do I have a date for launching the game? I can't give an exact date, but hopefully within the next 2 weeks. Hopefully within the next 2 weeks. Hopefully, I'm like pretty certain this month. We got to do it this month because in June there's the Steam summer sale, if I remember correctly. I think it's June. I think. So we got to get this shit out pronto. You know what I mean? Pronto. Got to be quick. Yeah. All right. Goodbye. Take it easy. Have a great day.